Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. If you're new here or you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. It helps us feed all of our hungry hippos. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Today we're taking a look at Plush that sold on eBay. We're looking back at the month of September. I have pulled up every single Plush sale. There's 25 of them, which is almost one Plush sale per day in September. That's the last month of Q3. That's the tail end of summer slowdown. So that's pretty good, especially for Plush, which are very long tail. Plush is the slowest category you're ever going to sell it. People tell me all the time, but my Plush has been sitting forever, and they tell me it's only been up for a couple months. And I'm like, you know what? That's the equivalent to a couple days for clothing and other categories. So keep in mind, if you want to get into Plush, they are very easy to photograph. They're very easy to list. There's good money in it, whether you want to build up a volume-based bread and butter business with plushies that you can find nearly everywhere, or you want to have a business based on the one-offs that you're going to find here and there sprinkled in with the higher priced plush. They're easy to find. They're everywhere. They're cheap. They're easy to list, easy to photograph, but you know what? They take forever to sell, and they take up a lot of room. In fact, you may want to dedicate several rooms just to your plush if you want to be a volume seller. Mine are currently in the garage with the rest of the inventory, but they hog up some room. All right, but let's take a look at the plush that sold in September. I'm just going to talk briefly about each brand and or character or animal. If you're interested in how much our items sell for and hearing more about where we source them and what we pay for them, I do a weekly what sold video every Monday and show you our sales on eBay. And I always show you every single plush sale because they're my favorite. All right, we got a Thai classic Lambert. He's French. His name is Lambert. So we all know Beanie Babies are poop and Beanie Boos are going the way of poop. But there's still some Thai classic and there's some attic treasures Thai that are still good. This guy, he sells for almost $20 all in with shipping. That's not too shabby for a plush, especially a Thai. Isn't he cute? This is a Gaffa. I like Gaffa. I've never found a poop Gaffa. I have found snakes, dogs, cats, parrots. They're stiff. So a lot of vintage plush, if you didn't know, are like stiff. They're not floppy or real plush and squishy. They're not bean bags. They got that hard styrofoam, like unmovable, stiff body. Gaffa is a good brand. It doesn't comp as high as other vintage plush, but it's solid. People know it. They recognize it. This guy has eyebrows. How cute is this Cocker Spaniel with his eyebrows? Hallmark, I'm going to have to tell you right now, unless it is a holiday-themed, singing, dancing plush, Hallmark is not worth it. It's poop. They have their itty bitties and they have these other small plush like this guy. I'll list them when I get them in my wholesale lots, but I will not source these on purpose. Now, if you can find the big singing Valentine's Day and Christmas plushies, those are worth it. Absolutely. Puppets are good, but puppets range from low-end bread and butter all the way up to high-end. If you can find some of those really large folk Monas puppets, those are worth a lot of money. Melissa and Doug, unbranded puppets like this cow, they're low-end bread and butter. But the thing about puppets is that they always sell. They have a good sell-through rate. And they sell a little faster, I think, than regular plush because they're puppets. I would source any and all puppets I found if they were $1 or less. I really wouldn't start comping until I was paying more than $1 per puppet. But if you don't like bread and butter or filler items, you'll want to comp all your puppets because, like, this cow is $8 plus $5.50 shipping, and that's like a filler item. If that's not for you, you'll want to try to find the ones that go for $50 and more, or $20 or $30, whatever your goal is for your average sale price. Whatever it is, you're 100% correct. I always say everyone's business is different, and whatever's working for you is right for you. So you're absolutely correct. If your average sale price is $10 and you sell 100 items a day, you're doing something right. Don't let other people with higher average sale prices or snooty attitudes tell you you're doing something wrong. If you are enjoying what you're doing and you're putting food on the table and paying your bills, you're doing it right. Whatever that looks like for you. Here's a Walmart plush. He sold for less than most Walmart plushies because he had some damage. He had a hole in his back. This poor guy has had surgery and his stitches ripped. He's really cute though. But a lot of the Walmart holiday themed plush and the larger ones are going to sell for more. They get one season and they're done. So any Christmas plush you see this year at Walmart, you'll never see again. Same with Valentine's Day, Halloween, Thanksgiving, anything like that. And so once the season's over, they're never found again unless people are shopping for them online. The thing with big, giant, Christmassy, holiday themed plush, even Halloween, you can charge more for them just because they're large or just because they're a holiday plush. So don't let the Walmart brand fool you. This is Chelsea Teddy Bear. I've had actual teddy bears by this brand that sold for a lot of money. This is just a little eagle from Southern Miss. I wouldn't source it. If it comes in a wholesale lot, list it. But look for their teddy bears. Speaking of Beanie Boos, I used to source these all the time on purpose because some of the Beanie Boos were worth good money. Some of the larger ones and some of the more obscure characters would comp pretty high, but they're kind of being raced to the bottom and becoming oversaturated at this point. Here's another Thai Beanie Baby. Don't come at me. I didn't source Beanie Babies on purpose. It's not like I went out and meant to do this. Y'all might remember last year, towards the end of the summer, I had a bright idea. Let me try Goodwill Blue Box plush. And I got a box of Beanie Babies. There was like one Disney Dalmatian puppy in there, and the rest of this whole entire box was Beanie Babies. So, like, unique ones with these sequins hair, he went up by himself. And the rest, I did lots of cats or dogs on the lot or whatever. I kind of lotted them up based on the animal type. And I didn't make them a priority. I set them aside until I had like a Saturday afternoon where I was watching a movie. And I'm like, I'll just go to my office and watch it and take these pictures. They were cute and they were fun to work with and like pair off and stuff. But I haven't bought a Goodwill box of plush since. And I don't know that I'm ever willing to risk it again. Their jeans boxes are good, though, by the way. Okay, Build-A-Bear. This guy was 50% off. So I normally sell these plain rabbits for about $18 all in. So that's usually around $11 plus $7 shipping. If they sit around for too long, I'll drop them to 50% off. But I still list them at the price I think they're worth. I just run a sale on them to see if I can get them to move. Everything in our store does rotate. So stuff that sits for a long time, I do a clearance on. And then if it doesn't sell on the clearance, I rework the listing. I do something different with the title of the photos and I put it back in at full price. And then I run sales and then I try again. I don't want to race to the bottom or be a part of the problem. Build-A-Bear is a good brand. Just sometimes you need 2 clearance items out to get them to move. Big box stores do it. Big businesses do it. There's nothing wrong with running sales to move your items. Just make sure you're pricing them accordingly at what they're worth. Don't list a Build-A-Bear at $6. That's ridiculous. List it at, 13 plus 7 shipping or whatever, and then run your sales. I'm always got to mention that race to the bottom. It's my soapbox. It's not a star video if I don't caution you guys on what can happen if we all continue to race to the bottom. Nothing is going to be worth money anymore. We're all going to be peddling our wares for pennies. We're all going to be paying our buyers to take it off our hands. And buyers are paying fees on most platforms now, so they're not shopping as much or willing to pay as much. So just keep that in mind. It's a balance you need to keep. If you need money, if you need sales, run a sale. Don't lower your prices. The cost of everything else is going up. And yes, that means buyers have less money to spend. But don't lessen the value of yourself or your own business. If all the prices of every other business in the world are going up, you can at least hold tight to yours, if not go up as well. You as a person and your business have value. And you can run your business the way the rest of the world is running theirs. This is a puppet. This is an example of kind of a poopy puppet. He's tiny. He was a Burger King toy. There's not a lot of value in the Burger King, McDonald's kids meal toys anymore. There are some, if you can find them in the package unopened, that are worth money, obviously. You just have to do your research. When I first started reselling, I used to find whole entire sets, like from the movie Sing or Frozen. I used to find the sets of toys. I had a Lord of the Rings one that was really cool. I would find them at garage sales, and I would put the whole set together, and I would make $30 on a whole set of toys that I paid, maybe $2 for. The value is just not there anymore. But do your research if you're interested in stuff like that, because there are some that are still very valuable for collectors. Culver's. I've only eaten at this restaurant one time. Back in 2021 in Florida, we went and tried it. They had pretty good hamburgers. We don't have them here in Pennsylvania, but these cute little ice creams, we had 2 of them. You can see down here, we sold both. They didn't sell for a lot of money, but they came in a lot, so they were worth listing. Kind of cute. Actually, he's really cute. He's a little ice cream with a face. How can you not think he's cute? We have a Sanrio My Melody handbag, so this comped a lot lower than I thought it would. I was kind of disappointed. Hello Kitty. She's oversaturated, and a lot of her stuff does comp very low. But there are some Hello Kitty plushies that comp really high. If you can find the more unique ones, the Build-A-Bear ones. I sold a pair of Build-A-Bear underwear that was Hello Kitty printed for $20. So don't underestimate Hello Kitty. The other characters are going to sell for more most times just because they're not as saturated. There's a penguin. I believe his name is Sam. There's a frog, Kuroki. And there's a pig. I can't remember the pig's name. But Sanrio has a lot of really cute animals. I pick them up whenever I find them. I also like little plushies that are purses and stuff for kids. This had some wear to the bow, and the tag is worn off, so that could be why I priced it so low. All right, we have a brandless Beanie Baby. He's basically a Beanie Baby. He's a beanbag plush. I'll list stuff that doesn't have brands if they're generic. Again, not a priority. They get set aside for a rainy or snowy day, but I will list them and just use good keywords. This guy's really cute. All my plushies are cute. They're cute. I love plushies so much. This is a Despicable Me, Fluffy the unicorn, but it's Thai and it's small, so it's not going to sell for much. She's a poop. No offense, Fluffy, but you're a poop. Circo is a decent brand. I like this brand. I think it's pretty solid bread and butter. Depending on the animal size and which animal you get is what they're going to comp at. So always look these up. They're pretty decent, especially if you can get them for like $1 or less. Here's another tie. See, if you look at my store and you look at my solds, you would think that I like tie and that I'm like out there sourcing it on purpose and getting it all the time, and that I don't know what I'm doing because I sell so much of it. I'm just trying to get rid of the poop from my wholesale lots. That's all. SpongeBob himself and the other characters from the show are good plushies to source, just not the Thai brand. The Scentsy Buddies. Oh, how far they have fallen. When I first started reselling, you could sell a Scentsy Buddy for like 40 bucks, 50 bucks if it was a really sought after, hard to find animal, or the larger ones. The smaller ones, still 20, 30 bucks. This is why you don't race to the bottom, because it just, the next person goes lower and the next person and the next person until a $50 plush is now worth about $15 all in with shipping. I still source them though. There are still loyal customers out there who do use Scentsy and look for the Scentsy Buddies. Here's another puppet. This is Kelly Toy. So this is kind of like lower end bread and butter. It's a great white shark. He's even cute. Real sharks are scary, but this guy's cute. Kelly Toy is a good brand. You just have to, it's hit or miss. Kelly Toy makes Squishmallows for reference, but Kelly Toy also makes animal pals that go in the claw machines. So just do your due diligence and your research. If you want to learn more about plush brands and characters and animals, my plush guide is on sale for $12.49 for the remainder of the year. It comes with an actual e-booklet with chapters that teach you FAQs, Mythbusters, all kinds of really great information in the book about plushies. And it is going to be $12.49 for the remainder of the year. It's in the description box if you're interested. Here's another Build-A-Bear that I let go for 50% off. A lot of times it is the dogs and the rabbits that I do clearance out. I get so many of them and they're just kind of plain and they sit. But sometimes I'll list one of these dogs and he'll sell it for $18. So again, list accordingly, run your sales, but don't be afraid if it didn't sell on clearance to put it back in at full price without a sale or whatever. It's all about the psychology of the buyers. So you have to sometimes put stuff on a really big sale for it to click in their head that they're getting a deal and get excited. Oh, look, this Build-A-Bear is 50% off. But sometimes you need your Build-A-Bear to be at full price so they don't look at your price and wonder what's wrong with yours. It's the value, it's the perception of value and psychology. We should all probably go get a college degree in psychology if we really wanted to know all the ins and outs of how people's brains work. All right, this is a Cozy Plush microwavable. So he's kind of like the, I cannot think of the brand right now, but there's another brand that makes these plushies. They kind of feel like they have beanbag squishy stuff in them. And they smell like lavender, which is a soothing scent. It's touted for helping babies to relax and sleep. And they're microwavable. So they're warm. You put them in the microwave, you warm it up, you give it to the baby or the toddler. It's got that lavender scent that helps them sleep. It's nice and warm. It's cozy. So this is a Cozy Plush. If y'all can remember the more common brand that sells these, please let me know because I can't think of it to save my life right now. And it will drive me nuts all day. These are good to get. Any brand. They're always going to weigh a lot. They almost always weigh like 2 to 3 pounds. Just keep that in mind. You're going to have to charge. I did $13 for shipping on this guy. That's my flat rate. I charge my buyers for things that are over 2 pounds. Disney Palace Pets, you can see that I had to clearance her out as well. But here's the thing. I had 2 of these at one time. And one actually sold for $20 back when I used to do free shipping. I listed one of these and I sold her for $20 free shipping. This one was up for like $13 plus 7 shipping. And then she sat around long enough that I put her on 50% off. So again, sometimes there's no rhyme or reason. Sometimes you can list something and be in the right place at the right time and sell it overnight for a lot of money. And you think that was a great item. So you go out and source it again. And that one sits for 2 years. Or maybe you have something that sits for 2 years. So you're like, I don't ever want to buy it again. But then you do, or you end up with it in a lot. And that one sells quickly for more money. Which is why I'm constantly always playing around with clearance and running sales and doing offers, all of that good stuff. I delist, relist. I keep an eye on my items. I change the titles. I change the pictures. Just constantly fiddle farting around with my listings. All right, we have a Target plush. It's just a little mouse. His name is Little Tweaks. I can't stand him. Y'all know I love rodents, right? Like my favorite animal in the whole world, hamsters and chipmunks, but I love all rodents. I think they're so special and they're so cute. And you know what? They get a lot of flack. A lot of people don't like rodents. So somebody has to love them, and I do. And I like Little Tweaks. He is so cute. So again, Target is like Walmart. Some of their plush, the big ones, are going to go for a lot of money. Little Tweaks isn't that big, but I've had big Target Christmas plush, and I've had their dog, the one with the spot or bullseye or whatever. He sells for a pretty good amount, or at least he used to the last time I had one. Here's a special Build-A-Bear that I clearanced out. So I can keep telling you this name over and over. I've sold Peace Bears for $25. This one sat around long enough that I clearanced him out, and he sold. It also could be, let me mention this because I would be remiss if I didn't. It could be the economy. It could be that I'm selling these now at 50% off sales because people have less money. But a year ago, someone could fork out $20, $25 for a Build-A-Bear Peace Bear and not feel guilty and not worry about it. But now that people are having more of a struggle with having the extra income to go shopping and buy wants versus needs, maybe the 50% is what needs to happen. Next, we have a vintage Christmas moose. He didn't have a brand. He's just a generic moose. And you'll notice that I say sticky hands in the title because he does have Velcro hands, but you cannot use the word Velcro anywhere in your eBay listing. It is a Vero, and you will get it taken down, and you could possibly risk the health of your account. So you don't want to use the word Velcro. I just say sticky hands. And even though he didn't have a brand, he still sold for almost $20 just because he's a Christmas plush. And next we have a vintage petting zoo. So these are bread and butter. Some are going to be worth a lot of money if you can find jumbo ones or specific animals. The petting zoo is a zoo that's part of the Hershey Park here in Hershey, Pennsylvania. So of course I do find a lot of these. Not as many as I find of the Pittsburgh Zoo animals because I'm in Pittsburgh. And Hershey is actually on the other side of the state. But we do find some of these petting zoos here. And a lot of them do well. They do sell well. Let's not call them doo-doo because they're not poop. They're pretty decent bread and butter animals. All right, guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about selling plush or reselling in general, let me know in the comments and join my Facebook group, Flippin Hippos Reseller Pod. Go be productive. Go make some money. And thanks for watching. You guys are the best. Bye.